we totally got collapsed, and it was like, okay, I don't know what will happen. We are going to close. What will happen? And normal European can't eat Punjabi foods. Whenever they come to my place, they're like, break without a spice.
Hmm.
When I came here, I started like meeting people, creating network. Now I have a more than 11,000 contact in my phone itself.
Oh my God.
Without market research, without knowing your own people, without knowing you. In any case, like if you're asking someone for date, and you don't know what is the choices of right, and उसको खाना है मैकडी का बर्गर, आप उसे लेके जा रहे हो किसी बिल्कुल हाई फाई रेस्टोरेंट में, है ना?
So I was saying that in a market where the entrepreneurial landscape is brewing with opportunity, there exists a gap, a void where enthusiasts miss out on chance to glean insights and knowledge directly from the source. Recognizing this, we are launching a groundbreaking campaign, a live podcast series with the Brew Estate. Okay, this
Yeah.
initiative aims to fill the void, providing a unique platform for individuals to not only learn about the intricate working of successful companies but also gain deeper insight into its journey of growth. So, moving from espresso shots to business goals shots, let's dive into a steaming cup of knowledge with Naveen Dubey from the Brew Estate. Welcome, Naveen.
Thank you.
So first, I would like to ask you that the Brew Estate has a distinct brand identity that blends craft beer, multi cuisine food, a vibrant atmosphere. So, please share how this concept was developed.
So, craft beer is still a new market for India. India have a market of, in case of alcohol,
Hmm.
India is a Indian whiskey market, right?
Hmm.
So, whiskey is a dominating. Then the vodka market is there, and then we can say 2 to 3% bottle beer market. When
Okay.
we talk about the bottle beer, we only think about the Carlsberg and Kingfisher
Yeah.
and the Heineken. The big giants are there, but how this market is going to develop in this scenario. So we'll talk about the German culture, we'll talk about the European culture. So these markets have a craft beer trend
Hmm.
where people are like brewing own beer, and they have like hops, malt, yeast. So these markets are like growing with a craft beer. The mainly, I will say the German market. So German market, the German people are so crazy about the craft beer. So when we brew your own beer, so that's called the craft beer. When you are crafting all the beer by yourself, you can craft your beer in home. You can craft your beer in like in any premises, in an outlet. So that's how the microbrewery culture and brewpub culture got started. And now in India, I will say it's been a 20 years, and a lot of things are going on. The first brewery started in India in 2006-7, I will say, in Pune.
Okay.
Now it's been 17, 18 years, and India have a more than 3 to 400 brew pubs.
Wow.
And how we started, so uh, when we got the policy, India have a very different state excise policy. Every state has a own policy in Indian market, and that's a tough task. It's like when you are going to do something, you have to be like uh, set all the parameters according to the policies, according to the state policies, and then you can do something else. So still it's a beer. If you go to any other country, craft beer is very nominal thing. So you can get your beer on the like a normal fortune shops
Yeah.
and any kirana shops.
Hmm.
But in the India, like it's beer. So people are like alcohol. Oh my god, this is something very like dangerous kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how we have a like huge policy, and that's not so much calm about the business. So it affects some time, and that's how we started. We got our excise policy in 2015, where Chandigarh administrations allowed to open the microbrewery and brew pubs.
Oh,
And that's how we set up our first brew pub in 2016. And now we have 12 outlets. We are the largest brew pub chain of the India with
wow.
the 12 outlets. And we are coming with a more 5 to 6 outlets. And now we are the first brew pub of India who is like, going to operate internationally. We are opening our outlet in Canada in this fab.
Oh.
So that's all the journey. It's been 7 years with a brew state, and it's going fantastic.
Yeah. Like what you said, it's like so inspiring to us. Like, yeah, we still have hope to do something. So your tagline is very catchy: cafe by day, pub by night. So how does the Brew Estate use storytelling and branding to attract customers?
So, being in a brand head of this company, I always believe to create a ropeway, create a good bridge between the audience to people, and that's how things started when we was like deciding all the story of the brand.
Hmm.
So we have to open if we talk about the bar disc club, so we always neglect our female category, and they are the one of the most prominent client. You can't ignore them in this industry. So we have to build a very great crowd for for our restaurant, where we can invite couples crowd, family crowd, women crowd,
Hmm.
that they can come easily and they can enjoy, right? So our entire focus was to build a place where family can come easily. It's not the place where only stacks crowd will come.
Hmm.
So and when you want family, then you have to build your place like where anyone can come in a daytime and they can have a good time there.
Yeah.
So that's how we built it. You can have a vibe of the cafe in a daytime, and when the times goes up, when the sun goes down, the parties got evolved, and the music goes up, and you can you can have some very yeah,
Enjoy.
you can enjoy, and you can have a club type of vibe there.
Hmm.
So that's we are not a hardcore pub and disc and club. We are a place where everyone can have own surroundings, own vibe, own tribe, and they can have a good time.
Hmm.
So that's how we decided to build that tagline.
Yeah.
So in the evening it's a pub. Yeah.
And that's a wonderful idea. Craft beer is often perceived as a niche product. How has the Brew Estate made craft beer appealing to the wider audience?
So, craft beer had a lot of great benefits. Just say, if like say, bottle beer, if like we are doing the packaging, so we are into the manufacturing of alcohol as well, and where we produce vodka, whiskey, a lot of alcohol products. That's company turnover is 1200 CR. That's with the name of Alcostar. So in the brew state, we produce craft beer, and we know what kind of problems is there with the bottle beer. A lot of preservative, a lot of stuff we add to to have that beer solid for the 12 months and 15 months,
Hmm.
right? In the craft beer, you are utilizing a very premium products. If we talk about a hops, yeast, malt, so we are importing our hops and malt from the Germany itself, from the world top companies. So when you are adding a top ingredients, so it's very obvious to your product cost will go high. So it's a totally a natural process. You have to set up a great infra, where you have to establish a 40-50 lakh machineries there, and then you have to hire a very great master brewer, and that you will start the brewing process. You have to add lot of great ingredients, and that's a very natural ingredients. You are not going to add any chemical. This is a totally a chemical free process.
Hmm.
You are going to add yeast, you're going to add a top quality malt, you're going to add a top quality hops, and these are the very costly stuff. We import entire ingredients from the Germany, and that's how the process of 15 days, all the maturations and the process goes well. And then after 15 to 20 days, after having a good maturations, you can have your beer.
Oh.
So in making of 1 liter beer, it's cost like seven to I will call it 3 to 300 rupees a good beer. So 1 liter cost. Then you can sell on the 500 and 600. So then you have all other cost, service cost, and
So what
everything.
is the longevity of this beer compared to the other bottled beer?
So see, I said यार कि 3 महीने से ज़्यादा नहीं चलता craft beer. You know why?
हाँ.
Because this is a totally a chemical beer. Why your product will be solid? अगर उसमें आप कुछ chemical या कुछ लोचा ऐड करते हो,
Hmm.
so that will
ज़्यादा
that will
time
be solid,
लगेगा.
time chalega. But it's something is without any medicine and something without any chemicals. So there will be a some in the natural things, lot of enzyme things goes well, and a lot of catalyst things goes well.
Hmm.
So वो process होते रहता है. So after 3 to 4 months, craft beer life will be over. and either you have to consume it before that, and nahi to you have to drain it.
Oh,
Sometimes,
that would
sometimes
be
we drain,
heartbreaking.
sometimes we drain more than 100 and 1,000 liter of beer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Because taste will
heartbreaking.
gonna change. Absolutely. Sometimes we were putting like a stone on the chest. Okay, okay, ठीक, बहा दो.
So, Naveen, you have had a wonderful background before you joined the Brew Estate, right? So,
Yeah.
your background in engineering, entrepreneurship, and hospitality brings a diverse perspective into marketing. How do you leverage this experience to develop innovative marketing campaigns for the Brew Estate?
So I'm a people person, to be honest.
I
When
read your LinkedIn
yeah.
recommendations. People are like, you are awesome. You're the best leader.
So I'm a people person. Like every day, whenever I come to work, I think about people, what customer will think. So every day I started my journey in this blue state as a consultant, and then they asked me, "Ki, Naveen, what you will become, what role you will take. Like we are ready to offer you anything." And I said, I'm going to become some customer experience manager, because I wanted to learn about people, what they think, right? And every day I used to read a comments card of the people, review of the people, what they are thinking it.
Hmm.
And after having a thorough study of 6 months, I decided to come with my own rule. Okay, now I have to do this. Before the Brew State, I was working with some top CXOs of the India, and where the Bira guy, Vikram Kwango, he was a co-founder of Bira, and then the many other people. And I worked for a few travel agencies, and I explore a lot. I built it one, two companies. Uh, I built it one organization is sponsor. That's a India prominent non-profit startups. That's I built it in college time.
Hmm.
So I realized you have to think about the people first. What you want, when what's your brain is saying, when you are going to spend money, what propositions you are going to figure out.
Hmm.
Okay, what I'm going to spend and what kind of value I need, right? Because India is a big diversified market,
Exactly.
and you have a great market. If you're building something, you have to be very customer experience oriented. If you are good at this connection making process, you are going to rule your business for upcoming huge years. Jeff Bezos policy.
Hmm.
So still he is working for people. Amazon is all about a customer centric
Customer.
place. Yeah, so I wanted to build that customer centric place, and that's what I did in college. When I like सभी का वही रोल था कि पहले इंजीनियरिंग कर लो. So I went to college, and when I went to college, I figured out कि ये तो that's something not good for me. I'm going to like make some very bad grizzes in India if I become the civil engineer. So I started working for United Nations in childhood. I was working for UN. So and that's how things started. And when I built it something in college, I was like, okay, this is good for me, and that's how I got interest in branding and marketing. I
Hmm.
built a lot of small organizations in college, a lot of small festivals, activations. And then I realized when I went to Bangalore, I left my job in Coal International.
Hmm.
So I joined as a consultant there, and within a 1 month, I was like, this is not a good place for me. So I, I will become a bad consultant. The family was totally opposite. Ki, okay, you are leaving a 20 lakh, 18 lakh per month job, per year job, and this is not good. I said, no, no, I will work on 10,000 rupees per month, and
But I
I will
can
do
be
what.
happy what with
Uh,
what I want.
absolutely, absolutely.
I think your journey
And
is very inspiring to the engineers also who are not, in that kind of space that you were in. They're not happy with doing engineering and want to pursue something else. You are very inspiring to them that they still have hope and they can still achieve what they want in life. Wow. That's very. I'm filled with enthusiasm now. So, can you share some insights, successful marketing strategies used for expansion, including franchisee model?
so, as a marketing guy, I will say now, it's very important to do the market research. Without market research, without knowing your own people, without knowing you, in any case, if you're asking someone for date, and you don't know what is the choices of right, and उसको खाना है मैकडी का बर्गर, आप उसे लेके जा रहे हो किसी बिल्कुल हाई फाई रेस्टोरेंट में, है ना, तो उसे अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, राइट?
Hmm.
तो वैसे ही सबकी अपनी पर्सपेक्टिव है, व्हाट पीपल वांट्स, what the localities wants, and what impact you can create,
Hmm.
right? Everyone wanted to upgrade lifestyle.
Hmm.
Like Indian market have a one process to opt something better every day,
Right.
right? Everyone is upgrading themselves. So if you know the market research well, then you are 50% succeed.
Hmm.
And it's not about to providing a great food only, right? It's not about the great. Yes, your product has to be good, but only excellent product doesn't work. You have to be very good at marketing. You have to be well communicated
Yeah.
about your brand, about your product.
Hmm.
You have to be very soft with people. You need a very good team there
Hmm.
who works for people, who talk about the products, who is very crazy, who wanted to deliver something best on the plate, right?
Right.
Because it's a 50% depend on the service,
Hmm.
how you are managing your guest,
Right.
and it's all about the service team. So when you are getting the right kind of food, you need, if you are not a QSR chain,
Hmm.
right? In QSR chain, it's very easy, like you are having a food on the counter and you are eating in the car. But in the case of full service restaurants, you have to be very obsessed with the people, what best you can deliver. And when the service is best, when the food is best, then they are giving you tip, because you are charging 4 to 5 times, right? You are getting burger in QSR chain in 100 rupees,
Hmm.
right? You are providing same burger in the full service restaurant on the 400, 500, 600, right? So you have to be very authentic with taste, great with taste, and then the great with the service as well. You have to create a wholesome experience
Hmm.
where food, hospitality, service, then the manager, then the marketing,
Hmm.
everything will come and add. And when you are succeed to create a 0 to 1 great experience for the one customer, for the one table, you won the game. And that's how created one customer, and that's you can retain them for the longer terms. And you will host a lot of more than thousands of customers in the beginning of the outlet
Hmm.
when you are opening something. And after the 6 month, you will see your retention is not great, those customers are not coming.
Hmm.
If you are good at your product and you are able to retain them with a loyalty, with a great offering, with a great service and hospitality, you will succeed it.
Hmm.
So it's an overall journey where you do all your market research, you do all your planning, you research on the localities. You have to bring something where taste is according to the local market as well, right? And then your marketing should be very approachable and very lean towards the localities.
Hmm.
When something is coming in North Indian market, so they are doing all the marketing according to those people.
Right.
When something is entering in South market, they have a different style of marketing.
Hmm.
So you have to be bit crazy what going on in the localities, and you have to understand people. So in case of craft beer, a doctors and engineers, they are the more prominent customers.
Hmm.
Now female, uh, we were so amazed with the response in Chandigarh market when we started. So always in North India, in entire India, it was female can't drink.
Oh.
So when we started, female started having, because in the craft beer we are producing a lot of great beers like
Hmm.
apple beer, strawberry beer, right?
Taste
uh,
or flavors.
yeah, a lot of great flavors. So even the female can have.
Yeah.
They know it's a 2%, 3%, 4% alcohol, and then they are having it. It's good. It's good for the health and a lot of things. So now they are like, okay, let's go outside.
Hmm.
बच्चे का birthday है, चलो. Brew Estate chalo, and then they can have the beer. So the female customers are the most prominent and most loyal,
Hmm.
right? So that's how you you build your own pool of the customers.
Wow. Love your job now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes my dad is like, "Why you are there? You are getting a lot of great packages." So it's
Hmm.
happened, and I'm like, Papa, this is something where I'm creating a great impact.
Hmm.
Recently, I visited to Chitkara University, and they told me, "Sir, what actually we need,
Hmm.
right?" So ये hospitality, खाना, service, सब कुछ देने के बाद भी कुछ नहीं होता है. मैंने कहा, make a good friend here, right? Now make a great relation here, because if someone is coming at your place and it's a bar, it's a pub, so they have something, right? They wanted to be happy,
Yeah.
they wanted to celebrate, they are sad.
Hmm.
So they are coming with the emotions. You have to catch those emotions, you have to build that connections, and you're going to succeed it. whatever happened, but you will build a huge pool. When I came to Chandigarh, I have only 10 to 11 contacts, because it's all about क्योंकि इंजीनियरिंग करना है, ट्रिपल ए IIT, इससे ऊपर कभी उठे नहीं तो कभी दोस्त नहीं बनाए.
Hmm.
When I came here, I started like meeting people, creating network. Now I have a more than 11,000 contact in my phone itself.
Oh my God.
So when you explore people, when you know people, things work for you.
Yeah. Wow. So, how do you track and measure the effectiveness of your marketing strategies? Do you study statistics across different platforms? What do you do?
So, most important thing in the case of hospitality industry, ORM we called.
Hmm.
So, online reputation management. So, like if you are coming to my place, like you are having a good experience. So, if my people will say, okay, Aksa, please review us over the Google, Zomato, whatever the dining platform is there. And when you are happy, you are giving tip to my people. You are also giving a 5 star over the Google and everywhere. So, we know when we are getting a good amount of tip, it means service is very good.
Hmm.
If you're not happy with my people at with my service,
Hmm.
you are not going to offer any tip. Okay,
Exactly.
आड़ में जाओ. लेकिन when you are happy, चल ले ले यार, 100-200 बच गया तो ही रख ले,
Huh.
है ना? You give tip to people. So when you are collecting a great tip,
Hmm.
इसका मतलब ऐसा आ रहा है तो people are very happy.
Hmm.
That's first thing how I measure. Second thing, on the review, every month we get 100 of reviews over the Googles in one outlet. So we know, okay, if the 500 to 800 people are coming
Hmm.
on the weekends and we are getting 30-40 reviews, a good one, it's mean things are going well.
Yeah.
And so it's all about online. Second, we have a chat bot. So people are like giving feedback. We are giving, dropping them a online message ki, how was the experience. So they drop, okay, it was a great, it was a not great. And sometimes when people are frustrated, they email us
Hmm.
on the main ID. So we have this problem. They are ready to write, because someone is spending 40-50,000,
Yes.
right? So they are ready to write a proper draft. Okay, this happened with me. And when they write the 300 words complaint, okay, then you can read it. Immediately this happened, and that's what happens. Sometimes I do call to people कि okay, what happened? So and they're like यार मत पूछो, वो पूरे राम कहानी सुनाते हैं कि ये problem हुई. और I do care about those people because they are my customers. So that's how I read then the data. When we are like dropping some SMS, some
Hmm.
today, like doing a lot of great campaign with the WhatsApp and Meta. So when we are dropping some like offering, so people are clicking those offerings and they are availing to my place, so I'm getting data from there.
Hmm.
So it's nowadays it's a very easy to like figure out what ROI and ROS you are getting. Digital media is a bit advanced, so you can get your ROS. You are doing some big events. Recently I did Seedhe Maut, that Hustle India winner. So Seedhe Maut guys came to my place and we did the campaign and it was good. So more than 1 kilometer line was there and hundred thousands of people was awaiting there.
Hmm.
So that's how things work. If you're doing a great marketing, good events, you can you can expect, okay, we have this sale, and it's very easy to figure out.
Hmm.
And then you figure out your sale and all the retention in the 3 month pipeline. Okay, where we are at a 3 months, is people are like coming again and again, or we are losing them.
Hmm.
So that's a so lot of process are there where you can measure your growth in the digital way as well and in the normal way as well. Sometimes I do visit at my place, and I normally I go and meet to people. Okay, hi, I'm Naveen, I'm working here, and I meet them normally. So they give me all the feedback. Sometimes I go and meet people. So when I say them, okay, I'm a vice president, they feel so good. Okay, oh my god. So VP is coming to like they are talking to all customers and taking the feedback. So that's how things works, and you got the feedback.
We found that you emphasize attention to detail in your approach to marketing. So, how does this translate into the Brew Estate's customer experience from um menu curation to event planning?
So if we talk about the menu engineering, you have to figure out ki what locality is saying. So you have to understand the market, ki what the other brands are doing there, and what is your target market. If my target market is young corporate people, so I have to focus on the those kind of food as well, right? I have to focus on the American food. I have to focus on like fast eating food. snacks and those things. If you have a target market, a family one, then you have to focus on the main courses, like Indian main courses
Yeah.
and the other main courses. So because families, if coming at your place, they need good dal and naan and good paneer,
Like the
and they need
entire main
yeah.
course.
So they need good karahi paneer. You can't be so much different with a karahi paneer. You have to deliver that kind of excellence in the main
Hmm.
young college going crowd. Then you have to be very crispy kind of food or very running snacks.
Hmm.
They can have it quick and they can have a different spicy palettes. So
Hmm.
that's how you do. And then you have to focus on your localities. Okay, if you're in Punjab, you have to be produce some very bit spicy food, because Punjabi's culture are they are bit advanced.
Yeah.
A normal European can't eat Punjabi foods. Whenever they come to my place, they're make without a spice. You people eat a lot of spices, so make without spice. And if you talk about the in case of event industry, you have to be bit crazy for people because young crowd create viability, and when they come to your places, they fluttering and dancing and wandering at the places, because in the fine dine it's like okay, it's a sober one,
Hmm.
but uh, you will see ki, places like pub, you have to be very bit quirky. You have to cater your young crowd, and young crowd need bit of crazy music, bit advanced music, because music has a very great role play. So
Right.
people are obsessed about techno.
Hmm.
Even I am obsessed about techno. So we used to go at a good techno event. Even today, uh, that Kahani music is coming. That Indo warehouse is something very big
Hmm.
music
Yeah.
stuff. So they are coming to Chandigarh, and everyone is quite obsessed. So people do host. I hosted Young Singh, that a boiler room artist. So Young Singh is the guy who created the this boiler room concept in India,
Hmm.
and he started playing that Indian folk music on the big platform in the boiler room. So I hosted him in last December, and people were so crazy. Young Singh is coming. So
Yeah.
you have to be with doing a quirky things where you can
Yeah.
host your own people and you can have fun, some party oriented to create jazz music, some tea house. But I don't do experiment at every outlet, but I made few clubs too, where Brew State sector 26 we have a 1 2 outlets where we do a great party.
Hmm.
We call top artist and we host them, and we goes well. And you need some kind of experience too. Sometimes even I'm not lying, I do for myself too. Okay, let's call this artist. I, I'm gonna have fun.
Got you.
So sometimes okay, let's do it. So whenever I do plan, even in the new year, everywhere was doing the normal things, and where I have to go, I'm let's do something crazy stuff here,
Hmm.
and we call a lot of artists there. So, but people do enjoy. You have to be understand the brand and people.
Hmm.
So in December and June, July, people do a lot of parties.
Yeah.
So sometimes you throw good events.
Yeah. What are some challenges, Naveen, you faced in your marketing career? How did you overcome these challenges and learn from them?
A lot of challenges. This is a totally business of challenges. uh, a big challenges, if we'll talk about the challenges like COVID, where you are a big chain and you don't know what will happen,
Hmm.
right? And we are the company we are getting money from the sales, and then we are utilizing those money to feed our staff, give the salaries, to run the businesses. When because normally such kind of businesses not got funded easily, right?
Hmm.
So it's not a tech product. And then when something big happened, like COVID, so you don't know what will happen, right? Things got collapsed. So you have to hold your knobs and you have to hold your back. Then you have to hold other people, and you have to okay, don't worry, things will goes
Yeah.
well, and you have to trust on the products.
Right.
And that's happened with us. We totally got collapsed, and it was like okay, I don't know what will happen, we are going to close, what will happen. And then the COVID it was it goes down, and then we said to our people, okay, we need you, please come to Brew State. And it was a crazy response. People was like, let's go to Brew State. Everyone was crazy for the Brew State. And COVID is going on, and people coming to my places, and I'm offering them everything, whatever we have. And they are very okay, theek hai, we are willing to pay you whatever amount you will say. And that's how you manage your COVID. And then the other challenges are staff loyalty, I will say. This is the industry where, to create a huge loyalty system in the staff, it's a problem because it's not a high paying job in bottom level, I will say. If you're hiring some captain or steward or waiter, so you are like paying a minimal amount like 20,000, 25,000, and 18,000, 15,000. Whenever they are getting a bit hike of 1,000 rupees, they are opting other job. So staff loyalty is a key challenge. So you have to be very so in this industry, people don't deliver salary at the time.
Hmm.
But if it's a big chain, you have to be managed. You have to hold your staff
Hmm.
because everyone has their own family.
So, what is your vision and goals for the Brew Estate's marketing and brand strategy?
Uh, I have to become like a favorite brand of people. I have a one clear strategy. You have to be very close to people heart. I have to create a bond. Sometimes people used to write me when I'm quite active on LinkedIn. I started Instagram abhi.
Yeah.
So and people are writing to me, "Ki, Naveen, we have a great experience. Now I'm in Australia, but first date I did in Brew State, and I got marriage proposal in Brew State." So they write the story. You know what happened? One day I got a call of Harnaaz Sandhu. She's a Miss Universe, and I was at office. नवीन मैं हरनाज बोल रही हूँ. मैं कहा हरनाज हूँ, हरनाज हरनाज संधू मिस यूनिवर्स. पर प्रैंक कॉल है. मैं कहा ठीक है, मेरा मूड अच्छा है. इट वाज मंडे, काम बहुत है, सो विल कनेक्ट इट लेटर. एंड देन बोले मैं सच्ची हरनाज संधू बोल रही हूँ, ठीक है ना, टॉक टू माय असिस्टेंट, ये यू हैव टू फिक्स दिस थिंग. And when I talked to Times guy, and they were like, Naveen, she's Harnaaz Sandhu, and she wanted to come to Brew State. मैंने बोला हरनाज संधू why? Then Harnaaz told me कि Naveen, I have a very great experience with the Brew State when I was studying there in Chandigarh, and I used to come. So that's how things started with the Brew State, and I have a very great bond. And now I'm a Miss Universe. I'm coming to India. I'm going to meet Brew State people. I'm going to do a party in Brew State because every good things happen with me in the Brew State.
Yeah.
And I want to call all my people, my mom, dad, and everyone, close people, only 20 to 30 people. And Naveen, I'm allowing you to do all the brand endorsement, whatever the cost. She allowed me to do a brand endorsement of more than 2 to 3 CR.
Oh my God.
It was a free, and I was crazy. I was like, what I got, So then I called entire media. I hosted Harnaad at my place. I will send you a video, and she was so happy. She told everything about the journey. She used to come at my place whenever she came to India. She came to Brew State, and she publicly endorsed Brew State. When she come with a crown, she came to Brew State. She did the party. Her entire family came to Brew. But we have a such kind of relationship.
Hmm.
First time I created one gold card for the Harnaz. Harnaz, Brew State is free for you.
Oh my.
So that's how you create the bond.
I think this should be the spotlight of the podcast, this incident of yours. It's very like, I'm so excited about it.
Many times great things happen with me. That's how my contact got. That's how I got
It's
11,000.
because how you are, as I've seen in your recommendations on LinkedIn also, that you are, very humble to people, very, very kind to people, and you're a very great leader. You have a great leadership quality. Maybe that's what it attracting all these good things for you, right?
Thank you.
Before we end this conversation, Naveen, what are your key pieces of advice for aspiring marketing professionals?
So if I will say the most important thing
Hmm.
uh, in the case of marketing, just focus on your product, but also focus what customers need. You have to be very customer centric. The first thing, you have to build a great connection with the customers, right? You have to be very customer oriented place.
Hmm.
Be, always define your products, your services, and your place.
Hmm.
Right? If you're a brew state, you are a microbrewery, deliver the best beer in the city.
Hmm.
Right? You can't compromise about the beers. Right? When you are say cafe by day, become a cafe by day. When you are saying you are a pub by night, become a pub by night. Deliver the best experience what you are doing, and you will become a famous. And always create a value for money. 1 rupees has a worth, and 1 lakh rupees has a worth. No one wanted to destroy 1 rupees and either 1 lakh. So deliver the value for money propositions. One day you can cheat your customers. You can't cheat them for an entire year,
Hmm.
right? Don't cheat them. just become a like flawless with them, understand the market very well, and do the business and work on the entire scenarios on the marketing perspective, on the human resource. Spend time and good money on the human resource. Bring a great team. I am the only guy who has such kind of experience. That's how I built a Brew State, right? अगर मैं किसी और के पास होता तो उनको फायदा हो जाता, राइट? बट मेरे कॉम्पिटिशन के पास वो नहीं है.
Nice.
So when you need great people, my boss did to hire me a great guy. I'm not saying myself, but hire great people, and then they will do the wonders for you. So invest on the people, and then just be consistent with the brand strategy.
So, okay then, this brings the end to our conversation here. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your insights with us. It has been an incredible, informative session. We appreciate your valuable perspective, and I'm sure that our audience does too. Looking forward to a future
Always,
collaboration as well.